Federation of Irrigators Association must be the leading self-reliant national organization committed to uplift the quality of life of the Filipino irrigator farmers and their families nationwide. And to attain this vision, we have our mission to be a model farmers organization in achieving sustainable irrigation development and management, to develop coordinated support of all government institutions and non-government organizations to attain maximum food production, and to represent the interests of the irrigation farmers, and vigorously work with the policy-making bodies for their support to accelerate agricultural development. Then, purposes, next please. The purposes why NCIA was organized, we have 9 purposes. One is to represent the interests of the irrigators associations in policy-making bodies of the government, as well as national and international conferences and symposia and similar activities and undertakings. 2, to actively participate in the policy formulation and program planning to advance irrigation development in the country. 3, to enhance IA's participation in the planning and implementation of all improvement and rehabilitation works of all irrigation systems. 4, to serve as channel for the availment of technical and financial assistance as a forum to promote the growth and development of irrigators associations. And 5, to enter agreement with the government and non-government organizations relative to agricultural support and other services to enhance farm productivity. Then next, we have 6, to raise funds, receive dues, acquire, purchase, own and hold properties necessary to carry out its purposes. 7, to cooperate or affiliate with national and international organizations in promoting the interests and welfare of the irrigators associations. And 8, to manage, establish, operate, and maintain economic and livelihood activities and services for its members. And 9, last but not the least, to perform any other acts and to exercise other powers which may be necessary, convenient, and appropriate to accomplish the purposes for which the Confederation is organized. And now, the NCIA was established in 1997, as I have said a while ago, with a vision to lead a self-reliant national farmers organization committed to uplift the quality of life of the Filipino irrigator farmers' families nationwide. Fast facts dictates, however, that after its establishment in 1997, the NCIA failed to enlist the government to extend its full support to operate as one of the implementing arms of the Department of Agriculture. Short of reinforcement, NCIA flanked from delivering the services the farmers expected during the said era. That was before, however. Now, NCIA is faring well in its primordial function in instigating activities and programs that significantly and greatly transforming the lives of our irrigator farmer members, most especially so that President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. is recognizing NCIA as an important role player in achieving lower cost of rice to consumers. Among the present thrusts of the association are as follows. We have to increase rice, corn, high-value crops, fish, and livestock productions, and other agricultural products. We have also to improve marketing system. We have to establishment of cooperatives and establishment of livelihoods and sustainable operation and maintenance of irrigation systems. These are just some of the significant and important objectives of the NCIA that impacts the lives of irrigator farmer members of our country. Pasalamat tayo at nagtitiwala sa atin ang ating mahal na Pangulong Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. na kaya nating suportahan ang kanyang adhikain na mapababa ang presyo ng bigas sa merkado. May tiwala siya dahil tayo mismo ang nakakaharap at nakakausap ng ating mga magsasaka, magbubukid upang masabi at malaman natin ang kanilang hangarin at mga hinaing. Ang masasabi ko lang sa ating mahal na Pangulo, magtratrabaho ang buong NCIA at magbubukid para makamtan natin ang mababang presyo ng bigas ayon sa plano ng mahal na Pangulo. The establishment of cooperatives among the different NCIA associations will enhance the provision of subsidies and interventions from the government, as this assistance will be coursed through them, and that shall coincide with the farming time frame of respective different irrigators associations. On time na ang pagbibigay sa mga kailangan natin sa pagsasaka, bago magtanim, andyan na ang binhi at mga iba pang kailangan natin sa ating mga taniman. We are also supporting the thrust of the President to adopt mechanical and scientific systematic method of farming nationwide and gradually eliminating conventional scheme. If this is the way to increase our production of the said crops and other agricultural products, then we must have to accede to it. Our cooperatives shall be there to pave the way for us to adopt such farming scheme. Malaking tulong sa atin ang ating mga kooperatiba. Kaya pagyamanin natin ang mga ito at i-manage natin ng maigi dahil ito ang sasagot sa mga pangangailangan nating mga magbubukid, magsasaka sa ating lipunan. Magtulungan tayo para mapataas natin ang ating mga ani, mas mataas na ani, mas mataas na kita, mas mataas na kita, mas matiwasay na pamumuhay. Yan ang pangarap ng NCIA at adhikain naming magbubukid bilang gumagamit ng patubig. Dahil dito, kami po ang tunay na magsasaka na nagproproduce ng ating pagkain sa bansa. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much. The chair recognizes Congressman Salvador A. Plato, the 6th District of Bulacan. At this point, although we would have given prerogative to the former president, but she did not list for interpellation. So now may I recognize Congressman Wilter Palma.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm yielding my time to Madam Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. After that, I'll follow. Ma'am? Wave ka rin? Okay. May I proceed, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please do.
I was listening kanina sa presentation ni Administrator Gillian regarding the cooperatives. It's very, very good program. But the question that lies behind that is, paano natin ma-fundingan yung mga farmers? Kasi yung pinaka-importante ngayon is the credit facilities of our farmers from the day one until it's being harvested. You know, ang concern ko, yung credit facilities ng farmers so that middlemen will not be able to interfere in the kasi with all due respect, silang kumikita ng malaki, Mr. Chair. So, may I ask, Mr. Chair, paano ba yung matulungan yung farmers through credit facilities na, while the cooperative is there, pero mas siguro, mas importante yung credit facilities na pwede nating maitulong sa mga farmers natin.
You want to ask that from NIA or from DA?
From NIA and from the DA.
Okay, then okay. We'll give first the first crack to Administrator Gillian, and then of course Yusek Asis.
Yes, sir. Yes, Apo Congressman. Actually, pagkakalam, okay, with regards po dito sa pag-form po natin ng cooperative ng ating mga farmers, actually, katulong po namin dito yung CDA. Ano po. And of course, hiningi rin po natin ang tulong dito ng local government units. So, ang inuna po ng NIA na mag-form ng cooperatives ay kung saan yung mga local chief executives ay open dito sa idea. Kasi, you know, bilang dating former mayor, alam ko po kasi na may mga missing link, may mga gaps doon sa pag-form po ng cooperatives. Like, for example, bibigyan ko lang po kayo ng halimbawa, pag nag-form ka ng cooperative, kailangan mo po dyan, of course, yung sa pag-organize. Kayang-kaya po ng munisipyo ito eh. At kapag nandun na yung cooperative, yung capacity building, yun po yung mahirap dyan. Kasi ang CDA, minsan noong ako po ay mayor, kinakantsawan ko sila eh. Sabi ko, dapat palitan nyo ng pangalan kasi ang CDA lang, ang nakukuha lang namin noon was registration and regulation. Wala po yung development. Ano? And noong ako po ay mag-hire ng co-op manager namin, nahirapan din po ako. Na-realize ko na wala pala tayo kasing wala tayong course ng cooperative development and management sa ating mga eskwelahan. So, ang kailangan mo dyan sa LGU, sa akin po noon, nag-form ako ng public-private partnership with the co-op para po nag-form din ako ng Municipal Economic Enterprise Management Office namin para kami na ho nag-hire ng former manager ng bangko, former manager ng co-op to oversee yung formation ng aming cooperative. So marami pong factors eh. Yun na lang lote na pagtatayuan ng mga buildings, yung dati nung mayor po ako, kailangan pa ng mga ng share ng co-op pagbibigyan mo ng farm machineries. But anyway, pagdating po sa pautang sa ating mga farmers, yan po ang reason kung bakit kami nag-form ng cooperative. Knowing na kung may pera ang cooperative, sila po ang magpapautang sa ating mga farmers. And I'm sure, Land Bank, merong murang pautang sa mga cooperatives. Ang DA, may programa po dyan. Mahirap po kasi yung mga bangko na magpautang sa individual dahil matrabaho po na singilin nila yon eh. So ang ginawa ko po nun sa aking munisipyo, of course, at ginaid ko yung ating cooperative at mga IAs. Kaya po, napakaganda pong i-form yung ating mga irrigators association into cooperatives kasi nandun na trained na po sila as na cooperative eh. Nilalakihan mo lang para magkaroon ng economies of scale production. Modesty aside, yun pong ginawa namin noon sa bayan namin ay pinag-aralan po ng University of the Philippines, UPCIDS. Naglabas nga po sila ng policy blog. Sabi nila, yung PDG Ilocos Norte Model for Resilient Agri-Institutions. So, itong ibang cooperatives, IAs po kasi, panahon pa ng Kastila yan eh. Katulad po sa amin, Sanjera de Sociedad, mga ganun pa yung mga pangalan eh. So, kung alam lamang po natin na i-capture, alam natin i-maximize yung pagsasamahan na ng ating mga irrigators association and then we form them as a cooperatives. Kasi ang IAs po is non-profit organization yan eh. Hindi po sila, wala po silang resibo pag nakipag-deal ka sa kanila. So yun po ang kagandahan pag cooperative na sila, yan, nakakapag-negosyo na po sila, sir. At may economies of scale production. I think ang pag-form ng cooperative po ay solusyon din sa pagpapautang na sinasabi nyo kanina. Kasi kung meron silang, ang idea po kasi dyan is gawin mo silang isang service ano ba yung tawag doon? Meron silang, ang gagawin mo kasi dyan is kumpleto po sila. May pautang, may parental ng equipments, may gilingan. So, para po may sustainability. At ang naisip po namin noon, kasi ang lagi pong tanong dyan, meron bang sustainability pagka-co-ops? Sa akin po meron, dahil meron silang sariling board of directors, na kung yung mayor ayaw nang tumulong doon sa cooperatives, nakakatayo pa rin sila sa sarili nilang paa. So we just need to empower them. Ang pag-form ng cooperative sa akin is a form of empowerment po sa ating mga magsasaka. Salamat po.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, before the DA, very good yung concept, Administrator Gillian, As a matter of fact, when I was still in the local government unit, yun din yung programa ko. Nagpautang kami ng 20,000 pesos per hectare per farmer at zero interest. Ngayon, how do you, through the cooperative, okay? So paano yung services na na-render ng cooperative? Ang ginawa ko, I requested the cooperative as well as the farmers na yung inputs nila, bibilhin nila from the cooperative. Organic fertilizer and organic pesticides. Doon sila kikita yung cooperative. Okay? The rate, I started with the first year, I started with 6 million, and then I increased to 15, 20, hanggang 30. And after that, I left. And it was the yield, the payment, the return of investment, or yung, anong tawag yung, the payment is more or less 95%. Nagkaroon na kami ng problema yung nagkaroon ng drought, no? Kasi kulang yung irrigation natin, yung supply ng water, that's in Zamboanga, Sibugay. So I started that, and I'm so happy that Administrator Gillian is pushing that. So may suggestion siguro, per municipality, mag-create tayo ng cooperative, focus on the rice farming and high value crops. Now, Mr. Chair, if we can also ask the counterpart, probably the Land Bank or DBP, kasi out of their mandate, parang 30% ata is allocated for agriculture, kasama ng pautang. So with the help of this committee, and we can push for that. And that's a very good approach in order for to help our farmers in the production of rice as well as the high-value crops. So I'm very happy, Mr. Chair, with that scheme that NIA is pushing for in order to help our farmers.
Thank you. VG Asis? No, VG Albano. You said there's only 12,000 primary IAs.
Yes, sir.
So that means on the average, they have 1,700 hectares?
Per IA. But depending upon the size of the system, sir.
170 pala? Tama ba calculation ko? 1.7 million hectares divided by 11,000. Ilan ba yan?
Yes, the land holding now as at present is 1 hectare per farmer, sir.
Kaya nga, pero ilan? So, Gillian, ano ba yung mga farmers natin? Are they under-organized, over-organized, or what?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually po, ang Irrigators Association ng under NIA, napakaganda po ng organization nila.
Ilan sila?
Around
11,000.
ang members, sir?
No. How many are they?
Ang regional IAs are 17 po lahat. Ang organized IA, 17 regionals po. May dalawa kasi sila na kuha itong UPRIS at saka
yeah, MRIS. Tapos?
Opo. So, as of January last year, ang data po namin, nasa 1.3 million yung membership po ng IAs under NIA.
Pero ilang IAs ba talaga?
Ilang IAs? 11,800 individual IAs po.
So parehas, nag-uusap kayong dalawa. Pero alam mo, when I was governor, yung secret of success ng mga IAs ko is the IDOs.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, that's the best well-kept secret of good IAs. In fact, most of my leaders are your IDOs. They are well-trained cadre. Most of them, I think, are in fact NDFs. Anyway, do you have further questions?
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, if I may add. Ang NIA po kasi, kapag nag-construct ng irrigation facility, kasabay po yan yung pagbuo namin ng IAs na kasama namin mag-maintain and mag-operate ng irrigation facility. Kaya hindi lamang po yung construction ang ginagawa ng NIA, but also yung pag-organize ng farmers para pag natapos namin yung project, ita-turn over namin sa kanila. Kasama po namin sila sa maintenance and operation.
Can you submit to this committee your IDO development program?
Yeah, meron po kasi Institutional Development Division ang NIA where the IDOs are po.
They are your best well-kept secret and I think
yes, opo.
So, pero wala ako nakita sa presentation nyo na your IDOs are your crown jewels.
Actually, sila po yung aming talagang sa groundwork, especially po nitong contract farming namin. Mga IDOs po
Pasubmit
talaga.
na lang po para we don't have to, because may question pa yata si Yes, sir? You have questions?
Mr. Chair, during
Can
the last...
I ask Asis what
Before Yusek Asis Perez, during the last Quadcom hearing, I requested the Department of Agriculture, ano bang pwedeng credit facilities na may program natin para makatulong tayo sa farmers. And one of these is this cooperative na na-mention ni Administrator Gillian. So, can you further, ano bang request ko na sabi ko, pwede ba natin itap yung League of Provinces, League of Municipalities, League of Cities na makatulong to facilitate and fast track because, you know, kung idaan natin sa banks and individual yung magpupunta ng banks, I don't think it will succeed. Because hanapan pa lang ng two valid government IDs, wala na, hindi na makapag-produce. So cooperative is one of the solution there. So may I therefore ask, Mr. Chair, ano bang update ng request ko?
Sa tingin ko, policy na yata dapat ng DA yan. Ano ba ang posture nyo with respect to agricultural cooperatives? Yes.
Mr. Chair, I agree with both Administrator Gillian and of course...
May ginagawa ba kayo for them?
Sir, may attempt po kami to bring back and institutionalize again the institutional development officers in the A. Because we understand that this is a key component
Oo nga.
for a successful cooperative-based program that involves lending and clustering. Unfortunately, if you're aware that the Bureau of Agricultural Cooperatives was taken out of the A. Nawala po yun eh. But ang attempt namin right now is to put together...
Sino tumanggal?
Nung nag-CDA po eh, natanggal po sa amin yung Bureau of Agricultural Cooperatives. Kasi
Kailan mag-created ang CDA?
nawala po yun sa Department of Agriculture. But conceptually correct, but operationally we need people to be able to implement those programs. Kasi kailangan ho noon talagang ground presence.
Pero DA sits in the board of Land Bank?
We sit at the board of Land Bank. I'm the alternate chair of the secretary.
Does the NIA sit in the board of Land Bank? 1990 pala, this Mitra time pa, nung tinanggal sa inyo yung cooperative.
Yes, sir.
One of the largest bank of Thailand is the Bank of Agriculture and Agriculture Cooperatives. It provides almost $41 billion of loans, and the only intervention of the government is a 1% default risk premium. And NPL is only 7.5%. So I don't know whether we should follow the same track, because that is the secret why the whole value chain from, you know, including the one town one product. In fact, it's one village, one product is being financed through this entire ano. So sa tingin ko, agriculture is one of the most well-deprived, it's very deprived of credit, I think. So it's been relying on government alone. But if it subject it to the discipline of the market forces, I think, anyway, I'm not supposed to answer your question.
Yeah.
Do you have further questions, sir?
What is the development as far as the LMP, LPP, and the League of City Mayors? Did you start coordinating with each other na? Para we can also ask the help of Director Gillian para we can fast track that.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, if I may respond. During the time of the meeting, the representative of the League of Province was present, and we started our coordination since then. You just want to inform the Chair as well that we have printed both the programs of Land Bank and DBP right now. Yun pong Agrisenso ng Land Bank at saka po yung Agri-Puhunan Pantawid ng DBP. which we'll be submitting to the floor, to the Secretariat for consideration of the members. Medyo lengthy po kasi mahaba po siya. So we'll be submitting that, and we agree that these programs are bank-based programs, nakabase po sa programa ng bangko. But the way that this should be developed further is to really institutionalize yung sinasabi nating institutional development officer, na key po yun sa tingin namin. And yun po ang tutok namin ngayon. On the ad hoc capacity, the department has initiated the creation of a unit to somehow mimic this cooperative development officers that we have before, para po dun sa clustering, and then of course, capacity building po ng mga kooperatiba. Because sad to say, we don't have them right now. And even pagdating po dun sa development ng kooperatiba, ito po ay mandato ng Cooperative Development Authority. But we are now doing coordination with them, although hindi pa po ito laganap.
In that case, Mr. Chair, we can ask the help of Director Guillen and of course the CDA, Cooperative Development Authority, kasi kailangan din yung concerted efforts ng players as far as rice and high-value crop is concerned. So, Director Guillen, are we willing to, or are you willing to help the DA as well as the CDA? I-request na lang natin yung CDA to help in the formulation of this policy para we can call up Land Bank as well as DBP to fast-track this. Kasi pag walang credit facilities, useless pa rin ang pinag-usapan natin. Kasi even to start in the day one of the rice production, kailangan na ng pera. So, yeah.
Sir, Mr. Chair, actually, tama po kayo, Congressman Palmay. Actually, yung capitalization ng co-op angki dyan. Kaya nung binuo ko po yung co-op namin, ako po yung mayor, ang una ko pong in-access, sabi ko wala tayong kapital eh. Hindi ko naman basta pwedeng bigyan ng kapital yung co-op. Ang una ko pong in-access dyan, nilakad ko po yung sa AGFP. Alam ko may Agricultural Guarantee Fund pool eh. Talagang nangungulit po ako doon sa Land Bank na i-access namin ng AGFP. But to no avail. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit hindi ko ma-access. So, ang sumunod ko po na option is that, okay, kung ayaw niyong pautangan yung aking cooperative, pwede ko ba na magamit yung aking 20% sa LGU as guarantee ng pautang? Kasi at least kung magamit ko yung 20% ko as guarantee, hindi pa rin kami magpapalabas ng pera. At malakas po ang loob ko, sir, na magpautang sa ating mga cooperative na ang members, ang IAs, kasi alam ko na ang repayment niyan ay 99.9%, kasi po, kapag ang nag-guarantee ay IA, sila po ang may rights doon sa water rights eh. Hindi pwedeng hindi magbayad yung member. Kasi, in fact, yung IA mismo, may pera na siya para bayaran yung utang. Ang kilamang dyan, paano mo mapautangan yung co-op? So, kailangan mong i-involve talaga ang LGU. Itap mo lang yung 20% ng LGU as guarantee. Payagan lamang natin, solve ang problema natin. Kasi masama pong magpautang ang gobyerno, ang isip ng tao, dole out. Pero kung bangko, magbabayad. So, ang sistema dapat dyan, bangko, cooperative, para ang sinisigil ni bangko yung co-op, kakaunti yung si co-op, ang sinisigil niya si IA. Si IA ang maningil sa individual farmer. Pag ganun po, ay takbo negosyo tayo, napakadali po sana yun. Pero napakahirap kausap ang Land Bank eh. Hindi ko po na-access ang Land Bank eh. So, hindi ko maintindihan kung gusto ba talagang magpautang o hindi. May AGFP tayo. Hindi ko lang alam kung ano nangyari sa AGFP. Yung mayor, gusto rin tumulong dyan. Wala ka pang capitalization kung yung 20% ang i-access mo. Underuse yung 20% ng LGUs eh. Kukonti ang LGU na may utang. Dito mo pa utangan ngayon. Di ba? So,
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir, last question.
Yeah, last question. Since we are on a Christmas break, siguro may just request this committee na i-request yung Land Bank, DBP, isali natin sa, ano bang tawag natin dyan, to be headed by the Department of Agriculture. Kung hindi sila pwede mag-request, then direct them para to compel them. Kasi yung sabi ni Admin Guillen, mahirap ang kausapin yung land bank eh.
Comsec, you're instructed to invite DBP, Land Bank, and the BSP, the regulatory arm, with respect to compliance to the new law, the AFRD.
Secretariat will comply, Chair.
Thank you. Now may call on Congressman Cruz. Well, we have a lot of farmers, of course.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I share the sentiment of Congressman Wilter Palma. Pareho din ako kasi mayor din ako dati for 18 years. So, doon sa amin, ang ginawa ko, yung mga nag-consolidate ako ng 100 hektarya, binigyan ko ng lahat ng inputs kasi nga parating pinoproblema, inuutang, tapos halos 5-6 ang interest. So, binigyan ko lahat ng inputs. Ang nagiging problema nito, nung ani na, ayaw magbayad kasi galing nga sa gobyerno. So, I think ang kailangan natin dito is basically discipline. Kailangan talaga, ang Pilipino binabantayan. Merong nagbabaston. So, napaganda, very laudable to, kasi patagal ko na ho itong advocacy. Dahil totoo, yung land reform, yun ho nakasira actually, hindi ko alam kung nakatulong ito sa ating magsasaka, pero nahati ang lupa natin dito, mga 1 hectare to 2 hectares. So we lost the economies of scale. Yun ang problema. Now with the cooperative that we have, tapos meron pa tayong concept ng contract farming, probably this will solve lahat ng problema natin dito sa ating sa agrikultura. Kasi problema natin, parating minamention yung cooperative, yung successes ng Korea, ng Vietnam, ng Thailand. Basically, cooperative ito. Production cost nila is about ranging from 8 to 9 pesos per kilo, whereas sa atin, we're ranging from almost 14 to 16 pesos per kilo ng palay. Kaya, kailangan ibenta natin yung palay natin ng 20 to 25. Pag binenta natin ng 25 yan, sigurado, 50 pesos talaga yung ating bigas. So, ang kailangan is to lower the cost of production. Itong RTL natin, ito napakagandang ginawa natin. Ang mahalaga lamang dito, yung farm mechanization, irrigation, which is yung project ninyo, and of course, yung better seeds. At saka marami pang inputs, kasama na yung training. Pero ang mahalaga, mabuo muna yung kooperatiba. So tama si Kong Wilter, ang kailangan ma-involve dito yung LGU. Kasi kailangan, yung kooperatiba, sa totoo lang, kailangan din binabantayan. At ang magbabantay dito yung LGU. But ang mahalaga rito yung roadmap natin for the entire country. By region siguro, identify na natin. Ano ba yung irrigation na 1.2 million yung ating project? Saan region ito? Para naka-involve lahat ng LGU. At yung regional director nyo, dapat naka-target base tayo eh. Halimbawa, ito ba yung target na sa irrigation? Ito yung target sa mechanization. Kasi nakakatuwa yung solar nyo, pero maraming nagre-reklamo. Nabigay daw, hindi raw nabigay doon sa right person. Kasi marami kaming naririnig na problemang ganon. So apparently, hindi tayo talaga organized. So mas mahalaga, organize natin ito by region, target base natin ito, at siguro mas maganda mag-launch kayo ng contest. Mahilig din lang ang Pilipino sa contest. So ibig sabihin, ito yung target mo, ito yung performance mo, pagka yun ang bigyan natin ng parangal taon-taon. Para yung lahat ng mga high-performing regions and high-performing LGUs will be rewarded and recognized. Hindi, ang mahalaga rito, talagang yung contest itself, kailangan pinakita natin yung contest at saka talagang maganda yung premyo para at the end of the day, they will be recognized. Pero ang maliwanag ko rito, by region, maliwanag yung target. Ilan ang dapat ma-irrigate doon sa 1.2 million? Saan pupunta yung project na to? Kasi pinagkakagulan yan. Saan ba mapupunta yung project na yan? Marami rin nakikialam. But at the end of the day, it should be identified. So, siguro, yun ang kailangan natin, yung the entire roadmap para dito sa creation ng cooperative and of course, the new concept of contract farming, which is, nakita ko rito, napakagandang, very applicable. Yun lang, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, short interjection. Balikan ko lang yung statement kanina ni Administrator Gillian. Classmate, magandang umaga po. So, classmate kami sa Masteral. Anyway, I think wag na tayo lumayo. No? We learned from the Thailand model. So, they put so much money on irrigation. And number two, government of Thailand, during the time of Thaksin, binuhusan nila yung credit institutions nila. No? And they have been very successful. So, ang problema sa atin, walang access to credit ang ating mga farmers. And since it is not even allowed to use land for collateral, mas lalong nahirapan yung mga farmers natin. And it's a fact that landowners do not necessarily till the land. Pinaparkilahan nila yon. So yung mga lessees ng lupa, they don't own land. So pero may solusyon yan eh. Hindi mo naman kailangan may collateral pag umutang ka sa bangko because this could be guaranteed by TRs or trust receipts. And that is the model in Thailand. Kasi ang TR, may wala apart from civil liability, may criminal liability pag hindi ka magbayad no? So all you need to do is educate the farmers, no? Na pag hindi ka magbayad, estafa ka. No, kasi wala kang collateral So unless government would institutionalize access to credit, walang mangyari sa mga pobre nating mga farmers. So of course, government's initiative would include really, irrigating land. So yun nga sinabi ni Secretary Teo Laurel na nandito siya, that perhaps with the budget given by government to NIA, sa inyo po, Administrator, it would take 10 years for us to irrigate, the land that are eligible or qualified for irrigation. But siguro makinig naman ang Presidente sa atin that if we could shorten that gestation, we could attain the ideal production or yield, which is 8 tons per hectare. Unless na, ma-attain natin yung 3 croppings, it would be very impossible for us to reach the ideal cost, production cost of 8 pesos per kilo. So, yun lang, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. May I recognize the former president?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congressman Biron mentioned one of the problems, which is that the farmers cannot, the beneficiaries of land reform, cannot use their land for collateral. Since I was president, I was always working for this bill. In fact, when I was president, it already reached the bicameral conference committee, but my then Secretary of DAR, Rene Villa, who later became one of the highest 10, said that DAR is not pushing for it. So it kind of, there were other priorities in the legislative calendar, so it didn't, it stopped there. So when I became a congresswoman, I filed the bill again. The DAR Secretary De Los Reyes again opposed it in the committee hearing, so it did not pass again. But you see, now many years after, it's still a problem. So since this is since all our inquiries are supposed to be inquiries in aid of legislation, I think this discussion again shows that that kind of legislation is really important. So can we request that when this committee gives its committee report, it will include a committee bill to reintroduce the legislation that we've been working for all these decades. Thank you.
Thank you. Siyempre,
I also want to thank you as chairman of the Committee on Ways and Means because of your respect for inquiries in aid of legislation. Because I remember that I filed a resolution to inquire on why the Clark exporters, the Clark allocators were not, by the IRR, had a removal of their incentives. After which you worked on the Create More, which is the legislation resulting from that inquiry. So thank you, Mr. Chair, for your record of really bringing inquiries to legislation. Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mon.
Chair,
Yes,
very short
Congressman.
interjection in relation to the statement of former President. Hindi lang na magkaroon ng credit access, no, using the land as collateral, but we have to make sure that the credit facility is affordable. Kasi ang problema ngayon sa land bank, ang spread ng land bank is much higher than the spread of commercial banks. So instead na buhayin yung farmers, pinapatay ni land bank at ni DBP ang mga farmers kung meron man silang pagkakataon na to access credit. Pero sa ngayon, talagang problema natin because hindi siya na-institutionalize despite credit being included in the charter of these government credit institutions, talagang walang access, practically walang access. In Thailand, the cost of borrowing for farmers, exclusively for farmers, is less than 3%. Yusek Asis, namamatay yung mga farmers natin because what? What is the borrowing rate of land bank right now? It's 8.9%. Whereas commercial and universal banks like BDO will only lend you at a rate of 5.5%. So anong tulong ng gobyerno sa mga farmers? Wala. Pinapatay ng land bank at DBP yung mga farmers natin and, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Now may I recognize the star of Congress, Estela Kimbo. May I recognize Asis? Okay lang sa'yo? Yes.
For the information of the chair and the
Yes,
members of
please.
the body, to be fair with Land Bank and APP, the new programs that they have with us, yun pong bago lang ito, Mr. Chair, no? Yun pong sa agri-puhunan natin is 2% for DBP per annum po, at yun po namang sa Land Bank ay 4% po.
Ilan?
4% po. Pwede pong basahin namin yung programa. Medyo mahaba po siya, but...
Okay lang, basahin nyo na.
Sir, thank you, Mr. Chair. For the agri-puhunan, ito po yung pinaka parang proof of concept or pilot project ni Secretary with DBP, PCIC, NIA as IAs cooperatives po yung prioritize dito. It's a 50,000 hectare project worth 3 billion. They call it Agri-Puhunan at Pantawid Program. It's a 60,000 credit to beneficiaries that are RSBSA registered and members of DA accredited cooperative. So 60,000 per farmer per hectare. Portion of this is for inputs, 28,000, maximum of 28,000 pesos per hectare. Kasi katulad po ng sinabi kanina na isang way to reduce yung production cost is increasing yield. Ang nakita po kasi namin na talagang problema ng mga farmers, on the average, hindi makabili ng inputs. Aside doon sa binibigay ng DA na isang bag ng seeds o binhi at 2 bags ng fertilizer, the rest hindi na nagdadagdag ng additional inputs to meet yung maximum yield na kaya ng isang binhi, which we think ang kulang nila is yung kapital. So that's why na-conceptualize po itong programa. It's yung other 28,000 is for inputs, yung 32,000 is an 8,000 per month na pantawid as part of the credit na 4 months ibibigay doon sa mga farmer beneficiaries kung habang nag-iintay ng kanilang ani. And assured po to ng benta, kasi kasama po namin dito ang NFA, I think they will sell it to NFA at 21 pesos fresh, at a maximum of 5 metric tons per hectare. So, kung tutusin, kung 2% per annum siya sa isang cropping, which is 4 months, parang 1% lang siya, kung 60,000, 600 pesos lang yung interest na babayaran ng farm.
Okay lang ba sa'yo? Gillian, parehas lang ba kayo?
Yes.
Are you on the same page or is it the same program?
Yes po.
Yeah, part po, actually po, Mr. Chair, is ang beneficiary sa yung mga IAs
Or
natin.
are they competing packages?
No, no. Yeah, po.
Okay, thank you. Biron? And then Kimbo na.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Yusek, you're talking the pilot project covers only 50,000 hectares. That will not make any dent at
Yes,
all.
sir, because ang binigay na budget pa lang ng DPP on this is 3 billion. So if it's 60,000 per hectare, maximum of 50,000. But the plan is, pag nag-okay siya, is to request for a maximum of 1.2 million farmers ang ma-reach ng program by next year or the 2020. Kasi talagang
50,000 hectares constitute only what? How many % of the rice production area?
50 times
Napakaliit.
divided by 2 million, maliit lang. Sir.
Yeah, so small. So it doesn't make any dent at all, no,
Yes,
sa
sir.
presyo ng ano natin. And very very vital to the success of this pilot program is the repayment. Ano yung repayment ninyo? Kasi pag iipitin mo yung si farmer, no, na wala siyang comfortable time to make repayment, the program is bound to fail.
Sir, this season pa lang kasi siya nag-start. So hindi
Pero
pa
ang
namin
program
sabi.
ninyo, what is your repayment scheme? Anong ano nyo? I mean, you know, lending this, is it per cycle?
Yes, sir. Pagka nakapagbenta na sila with NFA, saka lang
Babayaran nila agad.
yes, sir. Through IMC card kasi ito, sir. So, automatic na yun. May MOA sila with NFA and DBP. Once mag-sell sila ang cooperative to NFA,
All right.
automatic na yun na
So kinakaltas na.
Yes, sir.
So meaning to say
Yun yung
NFA.
plan. Yun yung plan, sir.
Okay, so NFA is the collecting agent. So bawas na rin
Through the
yung-
cooperative, sir.
Through the
Yes.
cooperative.
Yes, sir.
Bawas na rin yung interest nila. The
Yes, sir.
cost of
Yung-
borrowing is kaltas doon sa proceeds nila. Ganon
Yes, sir.
ba?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anong guarantee mo against jumping? Leapfrogging.
Ang co-op ang nagagaranti sa
Alam mo,
DBP.
yun naman ang role na nawala nung nagkaroon tayo ng CARP. Yung compradores na magagaling.
Sir, Chairman, kaya nandito yung si Admin G, ang promise ng mga members at promise niya, pag hindi sila nagbayad, wala silang tubig next
Wala akong
season.
tiwala. Hindi yan malupit kasi lupit ng mga comprador. Anyway, Kimbo, ikaw na.
Mr. Chair, last Monday, I delivered a privileged speech on land bank, and I mentioned that the lending profile of land bank has changed considerably in the last 10 years. Noong 2015, ang pinautang sa small farmers and fishers or SFF noong 2015 ay 35 billion pesos. Pero ngayon 2024, 1 billion na lang, 1.07 billion na lang ang pinautang sa SFF. So ang laki po ng niliit ng credit available to the mandated sector. So, ang sa tingin ko, it's not really sa terms, kung hindi sa priorities ng bangko. So, tingin ko talagang it's about time na ipatawag natin ang GFIs na to. At sa tingin ko, Mr. Chair, dapat po ang head of agencies ang ipatawag natin. Ang PCEOs ng mga GFIs na to ang ipatawag po natin. Dahil sila lang naman po ang makakapag-explain kung bakit po naiba na ang priority ng mga GFIs.
Para lang for our common enlightenment, can you put this up? Nabibigla ako dahil ang alam ko, pinakamahirap fisher fox. Ang lumalabas ngayon, farmers are the poorest sector of society. So, something's really very wrong after all the experiments we made. No, this is from the FIES. Bilisan nyo lang. So, kasi ibabalansin namin kung pamumurahin yung presyo, tapos dati na silang mahirap, saan tayo babalanse? Gobyerno ang subsidy. I don't know where we will strike the balance and how do we fund it. Okay na ba? No, I just want to show sometimes kasi it's, I thought that farmers are not the poorest sector of society. They are. And that means DA is not doing its job. Yes, sir. That is the collateral consequence of the Family and Income Expenditure Survey. And their sample base now is 84,000. So wala talagang nangyari after all these years. Okay na ba?